Pilates is no joke. I thought it would be, in a sense, easier than doing actual cardio, but it's not. So yeah, I didn't film a video earlier. Wasn't into it, and then I just had a super busy day so far for work. I have a few meetings this afternoon. So yeah, didn't get around to it, but I'll be doing one tomorrow. I actually have tomorrow off, so looking forward to that. So you know how everywhere there's always signs that talk about watch out for motorcycles and all that stuff. Save a life, look twice. So absolutely, totally should. My issue is people on motorcycles tend to drive like assholes. Not all of them, okay, but people drive like assholes on motorcycles. They go between lanes, between cars, shit like that. Like, that's not okay. Like, why? So as I'm driving to school, there's a section where, like, there's two lanes and the right lane has to turn, left lane goes straight. Well, this motorcycle cuts off everyone and tries to cut into the left lane. Like, he's side by side with a car, and he gets pissed off that the car is not letting him in, whereas the car couldn't even technically see him because he was already supposed to have turned right, and he was like on the back side of her. So he speeds up, cuts in front of her to where she has to slam on her brakes, and I'm behind her. Luckily, I'm watching this all unfold, so I was aware that he was going to be a dickhead about it. And he starts screaming at her. He's like getting close to her car and like looking back and screaming at her. And I'm like, dude, you were at fucking fault. Like, you were supposed to turn right. Just because you're on a motorcycle doesn't mean you can just weave in and out of cars and cut people off. And that's what pisses me off. I have family that ride motorcycles, and they're the same way. And it's like, well, we can always look twice, but it doesn't mean we have to watch out for you making a mistake and fucking driving bad, like, just because you have a motorcycle. It's so annoying. It pisses me off so bad, clearly. Anyway, I have my Dunkin' coffee. The lady was not there today. Miss Smoky Fingers. She wasn't there, so that was cool. And, yeah, I don't know. Today's just kind of a weird day mentally. What in the actual fuck are you doing? I'm telling you guys. It's the number one thing I told my son about driving. You have to pay attention to all the idiots around you. You can be a great driver, but you have to pay attention to the people around you, because these motherfuckers, I'm telling you, piss me off. No clue what they're doing. Just like riding through life unsure of how to wipe their own ass. Look, just goes right through. Oh my god. What is going on in the world? No, just cut up. I can't. Mule and Rotaries just like go buck wild. They're like, yeah, right, I'm just gonna cut into this lane. Anyways, my episode that I was supposed to do today was going to be about this person that, so like the term now is ghosting, which I never knew, like there wasn't a word for it back then, but I was talking to my boyfriend about how you know, just like these different people that I had met off of dating apps when I was single, and not necessarily looking for a relationship or anything. I had just gotten out of, a relationship with my kid's dad, and it was like a rough few years, and I wasn't looking to be in a relationship or anything. It was more, I just wanted the attention. Like, I wanted to know, like, I don't know, my self-confidence was like way fucking down because he left me for someone else. So it was like a really shitty feeling, and I had never dealt with that before. That was like my first actual breakup. Before then, it was like any relationships I was in, I kind of chose to get out. So I was talking about like the dating apps and like these fucking weirdos that I met, the ones I did choose to meet in person. Clearly I'm not good at judging people in that sense. I got lucky, I have a great boyfriend now, but it was just such a weird time, and like the people that you meet on dating apps, and like, oh my god, guys, seriously, if you could only see what is happening in front of me right now. There's a car with its directional on that keeps going to turn where there's nowhere to turn. Oh, and now they're trying to turn left. Okay, figure that out, huh? But yeah, there was this one guy that I had dated for like 9 months and like suddenly ghosted me. And it was just such a weird feeling because things weren't working out anyway. Like, there were a lot of issues. And at first, everything was like peachy. It was like, okay, like, this is cool. But it quickly started to come up that like it just wasn't working out. Like I didn't like the way he was with like my son, one of my sons. He just didn't seem to treat my kids the same. Mind you, it took me 8 months of dating him before I let him meet my kids, and that's why it went downhill after that. But yeah, just like one night he went out with people for work, and I think things happened, and after that he was just like, yeah, I can't do this, and then turned his phone off. Fucker. But yeah, I just was thinking about like all the different weird scenarios that I got into, or like this one time I met this kid through like a mutual friend, and he's like, hey, we're gonna like all go out like downtown and stuff, you can meet some of my friends, blah blah blah. So I'm like, alright, cool. So I go to his house, and there's like this girl there, and her name is Tara. And he was like, yeah, this is my friend. Now this girl was like beautiful. I was like, holy shit. And she was the sweetest person in the world, which was also a bit surprising. So, okay, thanks. So it was like also surprising that she was beautiful and sweet. And so I got there and I was like, dude, what the fuck's going on? Like, why am I here? And like, this girl's here or whatever. So we all went out, we had a blast. I exchanged numbers with her because she was just like a sweetheart. She was like really cool. And she had like, she had Crohn's from the age of like 2. So this was like her first time not being like super sick in her life. And she was just starting to like go out and like starting to drink, and she was like in her like mid-20s at that point. So then come to find out, they had actually dated briefly, but then he found out she had a colostomy bag and he didn't want to date her anymore. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, first of all, how like shitty of a person can you be? No pun intended. That's like a game changer for you, like especially when she's like a great catch. Like, she was just beautiful. So her and I started hanging out, and he didn't like that. And I remember one night we were all out, and he like grabbed me by my arm and he was like, I don't want you hanging out with her, she's not like us. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, she's like really sick and like has like a shit bag on her. And I was like, dude, you're an asshole and we will never talk again, and that's just how this is gonna go. So I had never talked to him again after that, and I would see him about like when I would go out, and he'd always come over, hey, what's up? And be like, yeah, get the fuck away from me, fucking loser. And he was like that typical New Bedford guy that had like the souped up fucking Honda Civic, and like still wore like what is that brand? Is that Wicked Tool Bag brand? I can't think of it right now. I can't think of it, but it was like those wicked like loud designed shirts, like ugh. and like the chains around his neck. Like he was just so, oh my God. So yeah, I was thinking about that because I recently talked to her and I was like, dude, I can't believe, like, how did either of us ever end up hanging out with that guy? Like, he was just such a, like, he was a tool, but he was like the loser of his friends. Like, he was that guy where it was like, ugh. And yeah, there was so many people that I've come across in my life where it was just like, is this for real? Like, am I just attracting these like idiotic, shady ass people? Like, I don't know. It was a weird time in my life for sure. It was about 3 years of just going through the motions every day and, you know, talking to different people. And like, when I say talk, I mean just talk. Like, I talked to a lot of people and they always just kind of fell through. It was just, there were so many red flags that, like, you can't really tell from a profile. Sometimes you can from a profile, but a lot of times, like, I didn't know, I couldn't tell, and then you hang out with them and within like 5 minutes it's like, oh my God, get me the fuck out of here. And so yeah, I do not miss dating and talking stages and all that stuff. And if I ever, you know, unfortunately become single again, I will just remain single because I'm just not into it. And like, I don't think I'll ever be single again, which is great, but God forbid I ever am. Yeah, that's it. I'll bow out gracefully. It's even worse now. Like, I'm talking, this is like 10 years ago. It's even worse now with the way everyone is. It's like everyone's talking to 20 people at the same time. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. But anyway, I'm at the high school waiting for my dude to come out. And I have to get my medication later today at some point. I have meetings. I have to bring my son to his friend's house. I think it's his girlfriend. I think. He hasn't outright said it to me, but I think it's his girlfriend. So I have to bring him over there. Hopefully I'll have time to grab meds before my meeting right after that. So we shall see. But hey, thanks for tuning in, and to those that actually watched this, I appreciate it. I get nothing out of it but the joys of just talking to someone, I guess. But yeah, have a great rest of your day. Look at it. Can we talk about this thing right here? That's really cool. It's from this stupid little thing that I have from Bed or Bath and Body Works or whatever. Anywho, easily distracted. Have a great day, everyone, and I will be doing a video tomorrow. Faux show. Bye.